So many battles waged over the years. And yet, none of them like this. Are we destined to destroy each other? Or can we change who we are and unite? Is the future truly set?
So, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
You know, you've seen how many young people there were today. I think it's very fascinating about X-Men. You know, young people are always, you know, new generations are always following. Do you think there's capacity of talking to young people that X-Men has is because of like talking about tolerance, insecurity, you know, inner force? Mm-hmm. What do you think about it?
It's not uncommon for children, young people, teenagers, to feel at times a little bit alienated from the world around them, and perhaps insecure and unconfident. And one of the things I liked so much about the first movies and First Class is that there were children there often. There were classes going on, and yet they were linked with these extraordinary teachers like Storm, Halle Berry, and Anna Paquin, and Wolverine eventually. I think that must account for a lot of the appeal that these films have to quite young people, because they can identify with it.
But I think, like you just said, teenage years particularly, it's a very difficult time, and it is times where it's how you feel, it's how you feel locked away and closeted, and that nobody can really see the real you, and there's something secret inside, and that's what a lot of the X-Men are going through. But watching sometimes a movie like this where you get the hero comes from the most sort of unexpected position or unexpected place, or it's the most unexpected character, I think that can give a little hope to people sometimes, can't it?
What do you like the most in this new film? What do you think is different from the others?
I like seeing the two camps combined. Eric Lensch's camp, his philosophy always was that if mutants are to survive, it is only by fighting their way to survival, and the professor believing that a future can be negotiated. But in this, because the threat is so large and universal, that they have combined. And I like Ian McKellen has a line where he says, I think Charles is right, he says at one point, which he has never said before in any of the movies. This might, oh, and he says this might work, Charles. That has a lot of appeal to me. Besides, I never liked fighting with Ian McKellen. He's too nice a guy.
And you?
For me, I like seeing Charles deconstructed and the polar opposite from where he is when we first meet him in the first X-Men movie 14 years ago. You know, he's so far away from that that it inspires me as a fan to look forward to what happens next, because he's got so far to go. He's got such a long way to go. Some serious stuff's got to happen to him to get him to Patrick, you know, and that's really exciting for me.
Actually, I would like to be able to do what of course, Michael and Ian have done with Magneto. This thing of elevating. I love it when they do this. And I had constant flying dreams when I was a child, and I loved those dreams. And I would like to taste that experience a little bit. We flew in a helicopter this morning from the airport here. Absolutely awesome and unnerving too. That's as close as I think.
Especially when I got my hand in the control stick. I did actually, yeah. You let me fly it for a little minute. The thing I like about Ian and Michael when they levitate is that they turn their palms up. For me, I'd be like that, but they go like this. It's almost like they're going like, yeah, I know, I'm great.
Yeah, I know. Look how cool I am. Yeah. That's exactly what I used to do, you see, in my dreams. I flew by pressing downwards, and I pressed downwards. I levitated.
You didn't fly over S.Paulo because the traffic's so huge. Lucky you.
I know, huh? That's what they said.
And we were actually at one point flying between buildings as well.
I like what you said about S.Paulo, that it was like a tiny, small city, and now it's, it must be like really...
All I can recall are a group of very new buildings, all all light-coloured, cream or white-coloured, and everything being new. But I can't even remember the theatre that we performed in. But of course, I had been told things were very different. But this morning, we could not have had a better illustration of what this amazing city has become.
Hope you enjoy your staying. I have to go, but hope you meet Iscolari and talk a little bit about.
I hope so too. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Come back for the workshops. It's going to be fun.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.